Hold on, don't give up on Pi Network just yet. If you're feeling frustrated about its current progress or the fact that it's not listed on Binance, you're not alone. But there's a deeper story unfolding that most people aren't talking about, and once you understand the bigger picture, it could completely shift your perspective. The truth is, Pi's absence from major exchanges like Binance and Coinbase isn't a failure, it's part of a larger, calculated plan. Recently, insights from Dr. Altcoin have shed some much-needed light on what's going on behind the scenes. According to him, Pi is already pulling in a staggering $100 million in daily trading volume, without even being listed on the big-name platforms. That kind of organic activity is rare in the crypto world. It's not driven by hype or marketing gimmicks, it's driven by real community interest and belief in the project's potential. So why isn't Binance jumping in to grab a piece of that action? It turns out there's a major reason. And it's not what you might expect. The Pi network has some pretty unique policies in place, particularly its Know Your Business, KYB, compliance requirements. For most exchanges, this means they'd have to follow Pi's rules, rather than the other way around. That alone creates friction. Exchanges like Binance are used to controlling the terms, and being told how to operate by a project, even one as promising as Pi, doesn't sit well with them. But here's the twist. What might seem like a roadblock is actually a strategic move. Pi is setting the stage on its own terms, and that might be the smartest thing it can do right now. Instead of compromising for short-term exposure, the Pi team is focusing on building a sustainable ecosystem that's independent of the typical crypto circus. Of course, it's not all smooth sailing. One ongoing criticism is the lack of full transparency. Pi still hasn't released complete tokenomics details or a clear roadmap for what happens after the Open Network officially launches. From the outside, this might look like they're hiding something, but it could just as easily be a protective strategy. In the crypto space, revealing your hand too early can make you a target. Competitors often swoop in, replicate your ideas, and dilute your impact before you even launch. So by holding back, Pi could be avoiding that fate. Still, it's a tough pill to swallow for early adopters. Supporters want clarity. They want timelines. And they want to know exactly how their efforts and mined tokens will pay off in the long run. But maybe the Pi core team knows that real, lasting success doesn't come from rushing. It comes from laying a solid foundation, even if that takes a little longer than expected. And while Pi isn't on Binance or Coinbase yet, it's far from invisible. Reputable platforms like OKX, MEXC, Gate.io, BitGet, and Pionex have already begun engaging with Pi, completing KYB requirements and even listing Pi IOUs. These aren't fly-by-night exchanges, they're well-known, respected players. Their involvement shows that there's legitimate interest in Pi's future, even if the biggest names haven't jumped on board yet. So when might we see Pi actually listed on Binance? Based on what Dr. Altcoin and other analysts are saying, the most realistic window seems to be somewhere between 2026 and 2027. While that might seem like a long way off, consider the scope of what Pi is trying to achieve. This isn't just another cryptocurrency fighting for attention. It's a full ecosystem that includes a growing user base, an emerging AI app studio, and a venture fund worth $100 million, all under construction. This takes time. And honestly, it should. We've seen countless coins skyrocket to fame overnight only to crash within months. Hype alone can only carry a project so far. What makes Pi different is its methodical, community-driven approach. It's not just building hype, it's building infrastructure. That's why if you're in this for quick gains or instant flips, you might be missing the bigger opportunity. Pi isn't about fast profits. It's about being part of something transformative. If you're willing to think long-term, really long-term, then you're more likely to see the benefits when this ecosystem is fully realized. This has been a hard-earned lesson for me. I've personally jumped into crypto projects that looked promising early on but fizzled out because I didn't give them enough time to evolve. I was chasing quick returns instead of real value. But Pi has taught me patience. It's shown me that success in this space isn't just about trading, it's about vision, timing, and commitment. So instead of asking, when moon, maybe start asking, where will Pi be in 5 years? Where do you see yourself within the Pi network by 2030? Will you be a developer building on the platform? A business integrating Pi payments? Or simply a long-term holder who believed in the project before the world caught on? Your mindset matters. Too many people treat crypto like a lottery ticket, hoping for that one big win. But real, lasting wealth is built by those who think in years, not weeks. They ignore the noise, stay focused on fundamentals, and understand that innovation doesn't happen overnight. Pi is more than a token, it's a movement. And you have a choice in how you engage with it. You can be someone who contributes, educates others, or builds services and dApps within the ecosystem. Or you can simply observe and let others take the lead. But if you really want to make the most of this opportunity, start aligning your actions with a bigger vision. When you operate from a long-term mindset, every new feature, update, and partnership becomes more than just a news item. It becomes part of a bigger puzzle, and every piece brings you closer to the full picture. That's how wealth is really created in this space, not by riding hype waves, but by understanding and investing in what's being built behind the scenes. In the end, the biggest winners in Pi Network won't be the ones who got lucky. They'll be the ones who stayed informed, stayed patient, and kept building when everyone else moved on. So if you're still here, still learning, still thinking long-term, you're already ahead of the curve. I genuinely believe the next few years will be pivotal. And when those major exchange listings finally happen, when the full roadmap is revealed, and the venture fund starts rolling out, you'll be glad you stayed committed through these uncertain times. Because real opportunity isn't about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Pi Network is playing a longer game, and if you're willing to play it too, the rewards could be bigger than most people imagine.